Good day and welcome to the dining room table. New York City housing crisis, lowest inventory rate in 6 decades. New York City Mayor Eric Adams' weekly press briefing. Subscribe, like, and share. Mayor Eric Adams' team is going to talk about New York City's housing crisis and the inventory. Let's listen.
You made earlier about the city's inventory problem. Wanted to remind folks that we recently released the findings of our housing vacancy survey. Now, of course, the city has been in a housing emergency for way too long, but the results of that survey show that the crisis has deepened. The vacancy rate in the city is 1.41%. That is the lowest it has been in the last 6 decades. We have households that are making less than 25,000. 86% of them are severely rent burdened, which means that they pay more than 50% of their income in rent, and essentially a functional zero vacancy rate for units that are 2,500 and less. I say all of this to just remind everyone that while the housing crisis is deep and complex, we believe that it is solvable. And it's solvable if every level of government acts swiftly and with urgency. We are doing that on the city end with the City of Yes for Housing Opportunity proposal, which is the most pro housing and comprehensive proposal really ever seen in the city, with the 5 neighborhood plans that are advancing through the process, adding tens of thousands of new units, and the record breaking numbers of HPD in terms of units financed that are city subsidized. But we cannot do that alone. And so, as the mayor mentioned, to tackle the inventory problem, to finally change the trajectory of our housing crisis, we need partners in Albany to ensure that we have the tools to increase supply in the city, as well as partners in the federal government to make sure that we can expand the resources needed again to boost supply. And so while these numbers are heartbreaking and staggering in terms of the housing vacancy survey, we know that there are some clear actions that we can take in order to finally bring relief to New Yorkers who really need it. And so we're encouraged by those discussions and will continue to grind to get it done.
DM Maria, can you just repeat again the percentage of available housing that you just said?
1.4%. That is the vacancy rate, a historic low in the last 60 years.
And just to be clear, that's affordable housing we're talking about?
That is how all housing,
All housing,
all rental housing,
which means affordable housing is less.
That's correct. So it's functionally zero for units that are at that rent at 2,500 or less. Just think about that. We should all let that sink in as New Yorkers, as people who have a stake and a role to play in ensuring that we turn the tide on this crisis. We're resolute here at the city level. The mayor has ensured that we use every tool at our disposal to finally bring relief for New Yorkers. And it's time to make sure that every other level of government joins us in that mission with the same level of urgency.